What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the podcast, Less Alex Podcast, Sports Talk Live. Powered by fullcountmedia.com. That feels really cool to say.
That's awesome.
And by all of my awesome patrons over at patreon.com/lessalex. So if you want to help support it, head over there. We're going to be doing the live Patreon exclusive Q&A right after this ends, pretty much. So, and but yeah, everybody, sorry about that. But yeah, I am joined today by Dakota from Cards Over Stoxx. How you doing?
Not too bad. How are you?
Oh, I'm peachy. Only every expectation I had of this season, as low as they were, is now just even lower because the Cardinals just got hit with the bug. So
yeah, that's so sad to see, man.
Yeah, it's not great, and it seems to do because of negligence and not just like, oh, there was a flight attendant who had it and accidentally gave it. Like, no, reports are coming out that they got the Cardinals, whoever these players are, because we don't know right now because, the laws say that they are, they don't have to give up who they are. But yeah, they apparently went to a casino, and that might have been wherever all this stuff spread from. What's up, Joel? How's it going? Appreciate
you, Joel.
I see you're everywhere, Joel. I appreciate you for hanging out, man. But yeah, tonight just gonna talk some baseball. Gonna talk some. I think we might talk some football just because it is right around the corner. Who knows?
What's gonna happen?
I'm discouraged, man. I don't think and I know, like, it's just human nature. If you're not confined to a bubble, then you're gonna want to go out and do stuff. Like, I understand that.
Yeah.
And it sucks, man.
it's hard not to have a life outside of the field.
Yeah, especially like away from your family. If you're away from your family, but if you're with your family, it's going to be so hard. So I think that we will see, NHL and NBA have still reported 0 positive tests. So that's awesome. But I really fear for the NFL because those teams, you think about 30 people, keeping them safe and healthy. There's like 55 people on an NFL roster.
Yeah, I don't know how they plan on doing that, especially, it's a contact sport. Everybody's going to be touching. Everybody's going to be sweating, spitting, all kinds of stuff.
And then I saw an image for the like little plastic like face or mouth guards, basically.
Yeah, that's
from the picture. It looked like paper thin. Like they looked like little top loaders, basically. Like
just cover your mouth with top loaders.
Yeah.
I don't know how they plan on making that actually work.
Yeah, Joel, that's a good point as well. With all that money, they want to enjoy life, and I understand that. But man, at some point, you got to understand that. And the thing is, everybody's like, "Oh, they'll get the coughs and they'll be fine." But I mean, what if they bring that home and their kids get sick, or like maybe their parents come over for a dinner or something? It's really the older folks that you really need to worry about. Obviously, you got, I don't think Tyreek Hill or, anybody who's in the peak, literally most peak physical shape you can ever be in as a human specimen is going to like keel over. But that's not who, I don't know. I don't want to get political at all, but man.
Did you see that that stripper came out and said that Lou Williams was there more for than just wings?
Yeah. So yeah, that's
very well.
That's another storyline too that I guess we hadn't talked on the show yet. But yeah, Lou Williams got quarantined because he decided, what was the name of it? It was like
I can't remember what the name
Wings or something like that.
Yeah, it's actually a strip club.
Yeah, he went to the strip club and then he's like, wait, I wasn't there.
I was there for wings. I promise. That's all I got was wings.
And apparently he has a dish or some wings named after him, so it might be legit.
Yeah, you got to go there then.
Yeah, it was funny because somebody on one of the broadcasts the other day was like, "Hey, can we get some of those wings?" Sitting down is like, "Oh man, a dagger."
They said they're the best swings in Florida.
Gotta be if you're breaking
You're breaking rules to go there and get them.
People are talking about potentially these baseball players that are either going to clubs or going to casinos or whatever the case may be, that they should be fined and they should be potentially suspended whenever they are cleared to play. What are your thoughts on that?
It's really hard telling because I don't know if there's any guidelines or rules set in place stating that they can't really have an outside life. And, I don't want to, strict their life down to where they can't do anything off the field. You got to have some type of life.
Yeah. I think a fine would be fine. We don't really know, at least to my knowledge, no information has popped up about the actual rules on the protocols and stuff and the safety guidelines. So if there is hey, it's basically point A is your house, point B is the ballpark.
That's all you can
do. If somebody did break a rule that is written down, then I could see them potentially getting suspended.
Yeah, from what I read, it was like a 113-page guideline. So there's probably something in there stating, hey, you can't really do much.
You think a guy like Bryce Harper read over the entire thing?
They just gave him the run through of it.
Yeah.
I don't think they should be able to tell them what they can't do off the field. Like you said, it's not a bubble they're in.
Yeah.
They're traveling everywhere.
That was the whole point, right? The players wanted this. The players wanted to be away from a bubble, didn't want to do a bubble situation. So, at the end of the day.
And from what I've read, it's like on-field stuff that people are seeing on TV, high-fiving people, spitting, not wearing their mask.
Oh my God. So much high-fiving. So much.
You know how hard it is not to spit on a baseball field? It's kind of just natural.
Yep. You can't do like any kind of dip. You can't, seeds. You can't do seeds unless you have I guess you have like a little Gatorade up there and you're spitting them straight into that. But
that'd be so hard to do.
It would be extremely hard. What's up, card collector Josh? Love the Cardinals hat. Absolutely brand new. The new Cardinals hat. You can see the little wing. It barely looks different, but
there you guys go, right there.
No
Cubs hat.
Hey, if the Cardinals are done this season, at least they're finishing with the 500 record, right? What are they? 3-3? So
the Cubs. Oh, the Cubs are 5-2 right now. There we go, top of the division.
They just got to stay, COVID free for a couple games to get under 500. No, our predictions so far have been pretty terrible.
I've noticed that the Padres are, Padres are killing it, 6-2.
Doing so well.
Did you see Mookie Betts throw last night?
Oh my God, cannon.
A laser. I was like, how do you throw somebody out from that far away?
If you guys hadn't seen it, I can't show it or anything because of copyright. But he was at the end of the warning track in right field and just lasered it all the way. I don't even think it hop. Did it hop? It might have hopped once. Just a straight laser, straight to third, tag dude out. It was crazy. It was absolutely nuts.
Joel said Marlins caught the Corona on purpose.
They didn't want, Oh my God.
I'm guessing Jeter was the cause.
Oh my God. I am not watching any games currently. I am recording this podcast.
The Clippers were killing the Pelicans by 30 last time I seen.
Yeah, I saw somebody on Instagram said Pelicans, more like Pelicanauts. I was like, oh, what a dad joke. But
it works. Makes me laugh.
What's up? Nats man, how's it going? Yeah, Bryce Harper. In all actuality, I think Bryce Harper does care. I think Bryce Harper is one of the guys who was trying to come up with all these ideas. If you saw, he posted, I think it was on Instagram, this whole long list before they had anything figured out. We could play in Las Vegas. There's a lot of different, just smaller stadiums around here. We could all play. There's enough hotels. that we could all just be stacked up, all stay here. And so I think, Bryce Harper, he gets a lot of crap, but I think he does have baseball's best interests at heart.
Yeah, he actually cares.
I could see him potentially being a player rep down the line if he's not already.
I'm not sure if he is or not. I know they talked about creating a little bubble in Arizona for all of them to play in. But last I checked, it was like 109 degrees. Like, I don't think they're going to be out there playing in that type of weather.
And as far as I'm concerned, or as far as I know, that's like kind of the hotbed for all of this. So probably not best to go to the spot where the numbers are spiking the most, you know? Coming. So basically, guys, want to talk about baseball. It's kind of
rocky.
He's already Rob Manfred. Love him, hate him. I don't know anyone who loves that guy.
Nobody.
That's a fan, at least. I'm sure the owners are probably getting to the point where, like, man, is this guy a jabroni or what? But he said as early as Monday they could shut down the season if the players don't get stuff under wraps. But you know what? It's also on the teams too, right?
Sure.
Like, you can't just 100%. Yes, at the end of the day, the players are responsible for where they do and where they go and what they do. But, like, you could start fining people if they're being reckless, right? You could do that if you're an owner or if you're a GM or whatever. So I think part of the responsibility is on the player, but also it's on the teams as well. I don't know how you feel on that, but
I just feel like there's so many people to look after and so many people to keep under control that somebody's going to slip. Somebody's going to want to go to do something. Their friends are going to be in town. They're like, hey, let's go out, and it's going to be hard for them to say no. It's just
breaking news. Joel says he said now he's not going to shut it down. So that's breaking news. Appreciate you, Joel. Always up on it, on top of all the hot information, the new information. MLB commish told the umpire union be prepared for a stoppage due to poor. Yeah, no, I could understand it. And then poor Joe West, got rocked in the side of the head by Bo Bichette swinging his bat the other day. He started bleeding out of his ear. That was brutal. Did you see that?
No, I did not actually see that.
God. And he that was like he's trying to hit a ham sandwich. Like, he was hitting that to the third deck, and it just came around. I guess he was too far back in the box. Maybe Joe might have turned his head or something at the last second. Just cracked him in the side of the head. Immediately starts bleeding. Bo Bichette saying, hey, we need to get our boys out here. The catcher, I don't know who it was. I forget. I was like, oh, my God, are you good, bro? But
they probably don't have backup umps on call right there.
I'm sure. I'm sure not.
Place.
If anything, they're like, all right, Joe, you switch with him. You're going to go down the right field line now. Try and see straight.
Yeah, it's what it says. It says Rob Manfred says MLB season won't shut down amid COVID, that it is manageable.
That's a bold statement, considering. I mean, what is this guy? He's like a Taylor Swift song. Like,
he's hot and he's cold.
We're not starting the season. Okay, we're starting the season. All right, we're going to implement a 60. Like, bro.
Well, he said it before the year started that it's going to be hard to complete the 60 games.
Yeah.
And then he comes out and says, I'm probably going to shut it down on Monday if more tests do come out. And then more tests come out early in the morning. And now he's like, oh, it's fine. We can handle this.
Yeah, he went. Yeah, in the matter of 48 hours, he flipped. He flipped the switch
like
again.
That.
I don't know, man. They need to get somebody else in there. I'm not saying it's an easy job, but, man, it can't be this hard.
We should just let Adam Silver handle all three leagues.
Adam Silver might be the best commissioner in all of sports.
For sure.
That I've ever seen.
Just take over all three of them. Let him manage all of them.
Yeah. Gary Bettman for NHL is really good. They actually, in the midst of all this craziness that's happening and all this uncertainty, and, they're like, oh, do we go bubbled? What are we going to do? They actually got a new CBA signed. I think it's like, I don't know how long it is, but I know it's like bring back David Stern to basketball. I I don't know, man. Adam Silver. Yes, David Stern did bring basketball, the NBA from the 80s into basically what it has become today. But Adam Silver he's that dude.
He's the man. I feel like all the players respect him too. Like I've never heard one player talk bad about him.
And I was listening to the Baseball Tonight podcast before the season started. Buster Olney said, "Do you think that Rob Manfred has Mike Trout on speed dial? Because Adam Silver has LeBron on speed dial.
For sure. That's probably the first person he calls before he makes a decision, honestly.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. And I think you need, yes, as the commissioner, you need to represent the teams well and with integrity and try and be the guiding force and the voice for the teams. But at the same time, you do need to at least be willing to work with the players.
For sure.
And Mike Trout, obviously, best player in the MLB. I don't think anybody would ever dispute that at this point. I saw an article on The Athletic. I love The Athletic. They have a lot of great writers, but holy smokes, they said that
Yelich,
Mike Trout is no longer the baseball player. Christian Yelich is, and here's why. And that dude has like one hit. He's hitting like 0.84 or some.
He's having the worst start to a season I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's god awful. And you got to remember too, yes, David Stern was a great commissioner. Don't get me wrong. But he also had Michael Jeffrey Jordan to help him out.
That is very true. When
you have that guy, it can't be that job has got to be at least a little bit easier than it was beforehand. Cause that guy was great.
Yeah. Yelich is hitting .037 right now.
It's worse. Think about that. In my mind, I picked the worst possible average I could muster, and it's literally worse.
Actually worse than that, with a negative .64.
Already. WAR stacks throughout the season. If you guys don't know how WAR works, it's like basically a counting stat. So some people, a lot of players have positive WAR, but even some of the worst players will have negative .6 WAR at the end of the season. So if that continues and he continues to slump and he continues to struggle, that's only going to continue to go into the negatives. I personally think he's going to, I would imagine he would bounce back at some point.
I would hope so, but they've said he was even struggling, during practices and whatnot to really seeing the ball and really making contact.
Yikes. Yeah.
So I don't know if it has to do with his injury, like if he's just anxious up there, nervous, or if it's just, not fatigue, but just still getting warmed up and ready.
I'm sure with everything that's going on, I'm sure guys are especially you saw how Mike Trout was struggling as well. I'm sure that maybe everything that's going on with COVID and everything might be getting in their heads a little bit.
It could be a big possibility for sure.
Pretty anxiety inducing, to go out there every single day. And there was a play I saw, even just like a simple pickoff play. You get real close to, you're as a first baseman, you're tagging down real quick. Yeah. You're sliding back. You're getting real close to the face. You never know. I'm sure it's a high stressful situation for some guys.
Yeah. I'm trying to pull up.
Do you say Luis Robert, Louis Robert, or Lou Bob?
I like Lou Bob. That one's pretty good.
Yeah, that's the one. I think it is Luis Robert because that's how he said it in an interview. What's up, Loyola Legends? No,
yeah, not quite.
Not quite.
She's above us right now.
Yeah, keep grinding. Keep grinding, Loyola. I appreciate you hanging out.
Yeah, she's super nice, super helpful.
Yeah, her content's fire, and she's a LeBron fan, so I mess with that. You're buying Yelich. Yeah, man. If they drop to pre-spike prices, I think that's a good buy. But right now they were like
300 and some.
I saw them up towards close to 4, so that's
see if I can
pull a chance for me.
Yeah,
I remember at the beginning of the year they were like $70, and I was like, man, this guy's like probably the best player in the NL. Yeah. This was before Mookie Betts had signed too. I was like, this guy's probably the best player in the NL. And I just
his last sell was $320 today.
Yeah. So maybe it's starting to, and I've seen
starting to come down.
Yeah.
Cody Bellinger's WAR is -0.3 right now too.
Yeah, man. Corey Seager, guys. Corey Seager. If you're looking for, and I mean, look, the Dodgers are still playing good ball. You know, the Dodgers are still playing good ball, and the guy on that team that's really making that lineup click is Corey Seager.
For sure.
Somebody you're trying to invest in for this season. I think long term though, it's still Mookie and Cody. Like,
yeah,
because I've had people DM me, "Yo, what do you think about Seager?" And people comment on videos and stuff. "Yo, what do you think about Corey Seager?" I like him. I've always thought he was a good player.
It's like his injury concerns.
His injury concerns and like his ceiling. Like,
yeah,
Mookie and Bellinger both have way higher ceilings, in my opinion. Because I believe Corey Seager's, I think he's older than both of them.
And his Topps Chrome rookie PSA 10 still under $80, which I still think is a pretty good price.
Yeah, I'm looking. Oh, here, I'll bring it up, I suppose, so y'all know what I'm looking at. But yeah, he's been a Rookie of the Year, 2-time All-Star, 2-time Silver Slugger. Obviously, he's playing good ball right now. I just did a mail day video where I revealed I had 10 different not different versions, but 8 of the Chrome, 1 pink refractor, and 1 PSA 10 of Trevor Story. I've always liked Trevor Story. His prices are finally starting to get to where you're putting some respect on his name. But yeah, I mean, Trevor Story, most underrated shortstop for sure.
Yeah, I wish him, Arenado, I wish they would get out of that Rockies organization. I want to see them somewhere else.
So Arenado signed that massive deal, but then kind of backpedaled on it a little bit and said, look, if you guys don't build a team around me, I'm going to be really, really unhappy. And I'm going to basically cause a fuss. And then he like kind of switched up after that and was like, no, I'm good. Let's just play. And
let's just go ahead and go with this.
And I like him. I like Nolan Arenado a lot as a player and just the person. He was on Trevor Bauer's YouTube channel where they basically just have dinner and talk about stuff. And he seemed like a really down-to-earth dude.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
He was on Barstool Sports too. I don't know if you watch any of their stuff, but
I don't usually.
I mean, in that interview, it was same kind of, just kind of a regular dude that plays baseball. So that's always cool to see.
Thoughts on Kyle Lewis?
Kyle Lewis. Yeah, I like Kyle Lewis. Buying him raw, obviously, because it's a Top Series 1 2020 rookie card. That's what his flagship rookie card is. So you're going to have to buy him raw. I'm assuming a lot of people are still buying online.
Yeah, his gold's up to around $60 right now.
Raw? Wow.
Yeah, $60 raw.
Yeah.
But from what I've heard, he has a ton of potential. Like, he was highly drafted, but he has a ton of swing and miss right now. He's
got a high strikeout rate.
Yeah. If I remember right, that's what they were saying.
I mean, that's not good. A strikeout is literally the worst thing ever. But I mean, he's knocking the hell out of the ball. I'll bring up his stats here because I like him. I'm sure Mariners fans love him.
Yeah, right now he has 13 strikeouts in 8 games. He's leading the league. But he's also leading the league in hits too.
I mean, yeah, good with the bad. Here's his stats thus far. Already 0.5 WAR. That is very good through 15 or not even 15 games. That's how many hits he has. Jesus Christ. Two bombs and 8 ribbies. His on base percentage is look, if you're gonna lead the league in strikeouts and lead the league in on base percentage, sure. Sure.
Yeah, I don't see him keeping that up.
No, there's no way he can hit. I mean, unless he hits 400. Like that was one thing. That was like a little exercise I was doing, like trying to pick who
could do it.
Was gonna and my pick was like probably Bellinger because he's left-handed. He's a good runner, and he's obviously had that streak of 48 games where he hit 400 last season. Obviously, that's not happening. There's no way he's gonna be able to. I mean, he'd have to hit like 600 the rest of the way to even sniff 400. But potentially could.
Do you think they'll value that as much since it's only a 60-season game?
No. No. I mean, do you?
No.
No, but still, I mean, it's cool. But what I was thinking would be kind of cool in a shortened season is the hits record being broken.
I could see that.
Because you kind of I assume as a baseball player you have this long-term feel, right? You have it's what's the thing they've been saying? It's a marathon, not a sprint. That's what that everybody was saying. But this season is the complete opposite. So if you have that mentality, I don't know if anyone has a hit streak going on right now.
I don't even know if you can check that out, honestly.
Yeah, I'm sure Fangraphs might have it, but no, coming into the season, that was something I could have potentially seen. That record I could have potentially, and I know people say that is the most untouchable record in sports.
What is I can't remember what the record is.
Was it 56? Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm gonna get blown up. Oh my god.
You better tread waters there. I don't know why I can't think of what it is.
I'm looking it up right now.
Can't remember if it's 56 or 57. Did you used to do the hit challenge thing where you pick the 2 players you think are going to get a hit that day?
Yeah, I love that. Beat the streak or whatever.
Yeah, beat the streak. I would get to like 12. I can never get past that.
What? Yeah. Somebody in the chat. I mean, come on. Like, we got 13 people here don't know the hit streak. I feel like a jabroni right now, but.
Yeah, I don't know why I cannot think of that.
56. Joe DiMaggio. Yeah, 56? I knew it was Joe DiMaggio.
All right. Whew. Nobody's blowing you up. There you go.
Let's go. Best 74 man. Yeah. Eric Perry. What's 56. Up, Eric? Yeah. I was like, hold on.
I don't know why I was spacing that so hard.
Man, Pete Rose came close in 78. Who's the most recent one? Was there any? Ooh, yeah, that's right. Jimmy Rollins. Oh, I'm looking here without you guys seeing this. But Jimmy Rollins in 2005 took it to the end of the season and then continued it into 2006. That was only 38 games, but that was like
still
in my life was like, oh my God, it might happen.
He could possibly do it.
Yeah.
I realized Pete Rose came that close. 44 games.
Yeah, that's I mean, yeah, and then Will Keeler obviously did that. That's the NL record. So Jimmy Rollins could have, I mean, obviously didn't get it, but he could have. Man, that's so hard. That really is. If you think about that in terms of like game in and game out, trying to get a single hit every single game.
Yeah, especially nowadays when people are shifting so often.
Oh my God. I couldn't imagine.
I think it's almost near impossible.
You'd have to be like an extremely, extremely balanced hitter. And I hate to say it, but like somebody like Mike Trout could potentially do it, but he can potentially do everything. So
Christian Pulisic.
You like Lindor, Joel? Yeah, I love Lindor. I think his cards have really spiked up recently. Last time I checked.
I can pull it up.
I haven't checked in a couple weeks just because once a card gets out of my price range, guys, I'll be honest, I just stop looking.
His 2015 Topps update is currently 305.
Yeah, man. See, same time that I was looking at Yelich, I was looking at Lindor. I was looking at the Bellinger update. I actually ended up getting a Bellinger. Made some money off of it. I've already flipped it. Wish I wouldn't have, but
Yeah, I passed on so many cards because I was so focused on basketball. I was passing up Lindor at 130, Betts at 140. It's just
yep.
can't believe I didn't buy some.
Yep. Yeah. Yelich was like super cheap at the beginning of at the very beginning of the year.
Yeah, I checked my first purchases. I picked up Yelich at like $75.
Yep, that's what when I was looking at them, that's about how much they were. Thoughts on Christian Pulisic blowing out? So he's the next great American soccer player. I don't know if you know too much about soccer.
No, I unfortunately do not.
But yeah, I saw that play, man. That looked brutal too, because he apparently was like running, and during his stride, he injured his hamstring and was still managed to get the shot off. So that was pretty.
I wonder how long he's going to be out with that.
Yeah, hopefully not too long.
Because I know Mbappe's still hurt too. That's just kind of the two guys that I've been looking into.
Yeah, man. His Pulisic Select went from like $30 when I got it, and it was up to like $250. Now I'm sure
sell it.
I didn't. I haven't. I mean, what hamstring is like? You recover from a hamstring injury though. Like I'm sure. Yeah, it sucks for now, but long term, is it going to affect?
Well, like once he comes back and whatnot.
Yeah, I wonder. I'm sure his price dropped a bit. Yeah,
I'm trying to get an interview with a guy that's big on soccer cards, just to try to get a better understanding of the market and whatnot.
Oh yeah, I had Brandon Chung on. He's great.
Yeah, I just talked to him last night, actually.
Yeah, man, he's super energetic, and I feel like an old man whenever I'm talking to him because I feel like a step behind.
So much energy.
There's a 20-second lag between me answering. Oh. I'm not sure the latency. I'm sorry. What do you guys think about PG-13?
He was my number one player to get into before NBA season came back.
Yeah, in terms of rookie cards, I think last time I was live, someone asked if I would get into his second-year cards, which I 100% would not do that. No. I'm not into getting second-year cards of guys that aren't MVP caliber guys. Not that Paul George necessarily isn't, but over the last couple seasons, he's often not been the best player on his own team, which is not.
No, not a good thing. Good. Loyola just asked me. Well, she didn't ask me, but she posted and asked about what his actual rookie was. He has his Donruss rookie and his Panini Prestige rookie. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, other than those two, there's really not much of a hit out there for him.
Wow.
And the Donruss has an all-black border, which is incredibly hard to grade. So there's like 20 PSA 10s out there.
Yeah, I mean, that's like the 2001 year of Bowman. They had that black. And the main reason I know that set is because you have Albert Pujols. And I've got like 4 or 5 of those. And yeah, they always look really good on whenever you see them on camera and, in the pictures, and then you get them and there's nick here, white spot here, flip it over.
And that's you can't get it graded then. I mean,
yeah, the back's even black too. So it's just like, oh my God, it's a nightmare.
If I was to buy some PG, I would look at the first year Prism and Optic Hollows.
Yeah. Those Optic Hollows went nuts.
Yeah. Yeah, his Prism, I think it's like over $100 right now, just a base card.
Yeah, I bet. He's always been a superstar, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I'm from Indiana, so that was always been my main guy to watch.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say is when he was on Indiana, he was the dude on it. I mean, the Pacers he was dragging them.
Yeah. PG LeBron matchups.
Yeah, he was dragging them to get beat by the Cavs, but that's neither here nor there, or I guess the Heat. But either way, but now he's just always kind of been second fiddle. So,
Yeah. They said this layoff was actually really good for him because he was fighting some injuries throughout the year. So now both of his shoulders are healthy, and he has performed very well the past couple of games he's been playing.
yeah. But yeah, baseball, apparently now Manfred
It's
says,
not going to get canceled.
I mean, come on, but
Until tomorrow. Until tomorrow, we'll see what happens.
Oh, my bad. The Cardinals are 2-3, so never mind. Y'all need to lose a lot in order to. Well, it's funny because you and I both picked the Cubs to finish at least third or worse.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's still time left on the schedule for things to shake out, but the team we thought that was going to be really good, you had in the World Series. I believe you had them winning the World Series. Was the Cincinnati Reds?
Yeah.
They are not. They're
2-5. That's rough.
The Padres are 6-2, looking really good. I mean, Fernando Tatis Jr. just beast mode right now.
Yeah, he's showing last year wasn't a fluke. That he's here to play.
Yeah, no, I 100% expected him to live up to his hype or whatever. Tommy Pham, former Cardinal, I'm so mad. The Cardinals basically got rid of him because he started talking smack on the organization, which in reality, what he did was he just said what was true. And he's like, listen. And
it's not a healthy environment over there.
Yeah. I mean, you know how the Cardinal way, I hate it. I hate that.
I completely spaced that they had Tommy Pham.
Oh, he's good too, man. Like last year when he was on the Rays, like he put up good numbers. He's a fire starter too. Like he plays hard. It's kind of interesting that they got Tommy Pham and Manny Machado because Manny Machado is a guy that a lot of people think is doesn't always play hard, which I don't know if that's necessarily true. I don't think.
I just think I don't know.
I don't think fans can really say truthfully whether a player is like trying hard. Like we don't know. Right.
Yeah, maybe that's just their demeanor. Maybe, just how they go about things.
It was like Jay Cutler too, right? He looked like he just didn't care ever.
Yeah, ever.
Ever. He'd be throwing the ball just
like no matter what, if they would win, lose, just kind of sat there.
And that's fine. And obviously guys in the media will destroy you if you're not like funny and stuff like that. Phillies, they shouldn't lose a game all week. Phillies doing good? Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, I wonder if they're
1-2 and haven't played any of their games.
All of the games are shut down.
Marlins might win that division at the record of 2-1 with that fire winning percentage.
They pause the season just based on winning percentage, and there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, Mets are kind of abysmal. Jacob deGrom, man, I feel so bad. That dude should have like 20 wins every single in a season where he only is pitching 12 games. He'd probably win them all. But yeah, they blew the lead. The bullpen blew the lead the other night. I forget who they were playing against. You and I were actually talking about that right before we went live. Is like, if you think there are a lot of games in a normal season in terms of like what to keep track of, there's more games than ever because they're just playing boom, 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 boom every single day. It feels like
so many games to keep track of.
And then out in the AL, I mean, Astros barely hanging on to the lead in that division, just because I think mostly that division's not that strong. I think Seattle is being held up by Kyle Lewis, just lighting the world on fire.
And the A's, not the A's, the Angels. I mean, Trout's out now. I don't know how long he plans on being out.
Yeah, I could see him not coming back this season for sure.
I think that would be honestly, I think that's a smart move to do.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think, especially, and I'm a father, but like not so like going from not being a father to being a father,
your whole view changes.
It's instantly.
I got 3 of them. I got 3. I wouldn't blame him at all if he set out.
Yeah, I want it. I know I want it. And he's got that huge contract for like
He's sitting just fine.
Yeah. If he was like, even if he didn't, and see, that's the thing too. That's the interesting thing right now with these contracts, because he was criticized, not really criticized, but people kind of raised an eyebrow like, wait, you signed this super long deal with this team that is absolute garbage and you didn't get as much money. Why? But now he looks so smart because he doesn't have to worry about it.
For sure.
I feel like Brandon Lau is underrated. His tops chrome are 75 cents. 100% gaming god. His PSA 10s I bought. That was one of my live cop. One of the cards I bought in the live cop that we did a few weeks ago. I got it for $17. They're selling for like 40 now. And he's having a good season. I think he hit his first home run of the season last night. But yeah, he's got a lot of RBIs. I don't know exactly how many, but he's playing good. So I had 42 pros. What's up? How's it going? Thanks for hanging out. I have pack pulled 18 Kyle Lewis's. Nice. Yeah, I got to go back. I was thinking about that today. I opened a lot of Series 1. I'm sure I have a lot of Kyle Lewis's and just was like, this isn't a Bo Bichette, and kind of just
put it back in the box.
Put it back in the box, yeah.
Yeah, I've been finding a couple boxes here and there of Series 1 still out at my local Targets and whatnot. So I've been trying to buy them up if I can find them, just for that reason.
It's crazy, man, because last season's rookie class was great. 2018 update was really good. Obviously, you had Shohei, you had Acuna. I'm missing somebody. Soto, yeah. And then last year you had Big Meat Pete Alonso. You had Vlad. So I mean, these last seasons. Oh, and you had Shohei in 2018 as well.
Yeah.
Which he had a terrible start the other day, but
man,
I mean,
I really hope he bounces back.
I do too. But even if he's a tier, like say he just decides to just hit or whatever,
yeah,
he's still going to be I think a solid hitter,
a productive at bat at least.
Yeah. Moving to the AL Central, you got the Twins, who are just. I was wrong about the Twins, man. I thought they were going to fall off, and their bats weren't going to be near. Like I was like, there's no way they're not going to. They're not going to hit home runs at the same rate they did last year. And sure enough,
300 home runs. Yeah.
They beat the snot out of my Cardinals a couple weeks ago. But Cleveland has the best rotation, not close, in the entire MLB so far.
They're showing out for sure.
Yeah, Shane Bieber tied the record for most strikeouts in a first two starts of a season, 27. Mike Clevenger's pitching well.
Who were the opponents that Bieber faced?
I'm not sure. I am not sure
if those were actually good teams, or if that was just kind of here's a couple easy people to face.
Well, there's a lot of people like that in the Central, in the AL. I mean, NL Central, I feel, is pretty competitive, but Detroit is 5-3 for no apparent reason.
Yeah, I don't know how they managed to pull that off so far.
And they haven't called up Casey Mize yet either. So that's pretty interesting. And then in the AL East, you got the Yankees, 5-1, looking great. Tampa Bay 4-4. But I think they've lost some close games. They lost some close games. They let the lead slip away one or two times, but I believe in that pitching staff. And I think when Austin Meadows, if and when he comes back, he's going to be a fire starter. And remember, the best prospect in baseball, Wander Franco, is still on their taxi squad. I can't talk right now. So whenever that happens, whenever he's called up, I mean, that's just going to be protection for that entire lineup. They got Brandon Lau hitting lights out. They got Susugo, who's another rookie of theirs that is playing really good ball. At least as far as I can tell, because he keeps popping up on my MLB app with big hits. So
I'm anxious to see if the MLB does decide to just keep moving forward, keep pushing forward, and more players do pop out, like come out. I wonder if we'll see more of these prospects get called up sooner, just because they're running out of players.
Oh yeah, I've seen a lot of random middle relief guys being signed. Just like journeymen, right? Like guys,
Yeah.
I don't know their names.
Cody Allen.
Yeah, just guys that you don't really think of, but are very important. Meadows will be a beast. Just listen. Yeah, no, I think yeah. Oh, Bird. Yeah. I like Austin Meadows. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with Bird. And Bird, he's referring to Red Cape Sports. So shout out to those guys. No, I like Meadows. He had a good season last year.
His rookie cards are still pretty cheap.
Mm-hmm. I got a pretty nice 10 pink refractor on the Rays. So I like that one. That's one of my favorite cards. I don't know, man. That's the thing with like having these cards and like looking at them every day. It's like you start to grow attached to them, and then like whenever it doubles in price, it's like I don't even want to.
Well, yeah, I don't want to sell this yet.
What's up, Curtis? How's it going? Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah, all my basketball cards like I've been buying over the time. It's so hard for me to sell them because I look at them every day. I just watch the prices go up, but I don't know. It's going to be so hard to get rid of them.
Yeah, I've been selling some cards here recently, mostly basketball. Just doubling my money. Like,
yeah,
it's right now. I feel like we are in a beautiful time. As long as you bought correctly and like didn't buy complete turds, you're probably making money right now.
For sure. Like I have a couple Jaren Jackson Jr. cards, and he had 30-some points the other day, and they doubled basically in price.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Overnight. But I can't get myself to sell them yet. The season just got started.
Yeah, I'm selling, and I mentioned this a couple of days ago when I went live with Steve, Flipping Steve, and
yeah.
I'm selling like right now. I'm selling like low end basketball players, so like the role players, like Kyle Kuzma, guys like that. Trying to hold on to the Doncic and Jaws and guys like that. I did sell all my Zions.
I don't blame you for that.
He reminds me of Greg Oden.
Yeah.
I don't want to put that on him because Greg Oden was probably the biggest bust ever. And then right behind him in the draft, you had arguably the best player in the NBA, Kevin Durant. So,
and even watching Zion play right now, he's only playing like 15 minutes, and he's still on defense. He looks exhausted.
Yeah,
he can't keep up.
And so that's the thing. That's the thing, right? It's like I don't want, and that's one thing that people are, especially 2-3 months ago, people were like Zion or oh my God, I'm blanking.
Ja?
Well, Ja as well. Luka. Zion or Luka. It's like, I'm going Luka.
For sure.
The dude, to me, he can shoot from anywhere. And I don't think the comparisons to LeBron are at all accurate just because LeBron looks like a freak of nature.
Even at his age now, it's unbelievable to watch him play.
Yeah. Yeah, it's wild. How do you guys feel about Justin Herbert? I'm making PSA submission, wondering if I should send him out. I'm sick. The Zion I picked up has a print line on it. Oof. Justin Herbert. I'll be honest, I don't know who that is.
Chargers.
Basketball player?
Chargers quarterback.
Oh, yeah. See, that's definitely.
I'm not too big on exactly who he is either, though.
Yeah, sorry, Curtis. That is football. I'm doing research on. I think now is the buyer's market for football.
Yeah.
For football, I'm picking up cards like some top end running backs and some top end wide receivers. Like Joel was saying earlier, man. Joel, you're always spot on, bro. I gotta, tip
He's
the cap.
everywhere, man.
He's everywhere, but he's also like very correct with what he says. He adds good value to the conversations. So yeah, sorry, Curtis.
I'm anxious. What Zion do you have, Curtis? That's the print line. Is it a mosaic or is it a prism?
Neil says, got Mahomes early, have quite a collection. Sorry to keep holding at these prices. Yeah, I mean, I am big, and I've said this time in and time again. I would always rather sell a day early than a day late, because when the bubble comes and it bursts, I think that's something too. I forget who it was. I think it was somebody in chat. It might have been Joel. It might have been Joel the other day said, everybody's waiting until the playoff games and the NBA start. And that's why you're seeing just like somebody said, oh, there's no of X player. Like there's 3 10s in like 1 9, literally on all of eBay. And I forget who it was, but they said everyone's waiting until the actual playoff games start. Like not the play-in, these 8 play-in,
actual playoffs.
Actual playoffs start. And then what you're going to see is a flood into the market of people wanting to sell. And so what could potentially happen is
that might have been me, honestly.
in the bottom, what'd you say?
That might have been me, honestly.
It might have been. I think maybe. I don't know. I'm terrible at remembering who comments what, so I apologize.
That's what I'm so worried about. Is everybody like had this price point that once Luka's hit $1,000, like everybody was going to start selling off. But I think I'm more nervous that like once they're getting close to getting eliminated, all these new investors are going to sell off and get their profits.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I've kind of been thinking about selling like a week early.
Yeah, that's the one thing too that worries me about so many young players. Like people are talking about Barrett, people are talking about Zion, people are talking about Ja, people are talking about Kobe. These are all rookies, right?
Yeah.
The percentage of NBA players that make it past their 3rd season from draft day to their 3rd season is like less than 25%, right? I mean, I don't know the exact number, but I know it is disturbingly low. So keep that in mind whenever you're like, and that was the thing about a month ago is everybody was like trying to get to the bottom. Oh, so what's the next hot thing? Okay, so all the Jaws have spiked. Okay, so let's go to Kobe. Okay, so all Kobe spiked. Let's go to RJ Barrett. Okay, so Rari Hachimura. Or how? Sorry, I don't know how to. But you get my point. Like it's always who's the next guy that's going to be up. So at some point you're literally buying into people, and I get it. You're there for a quick flip, but you don't want to get stuck holding the bag at the end of the line.
Exactly. And it's like, people are paying these crazy prices for Zion right now. And it's like you can go out there and you can get a nice LeBron, you can get a nice Kobe, you can get a nice Giannis, people that have actually proven something.
Oh, 100%. I would much rather spend $300 on a even a raw LeBron like Bowman, right? Just paper Bowman or whatever they are. They're like 250, 350, whatever they are. Than a Zion.
Well, that's like Zion Silvers. I think they hit like $5,000 yesterday. You can go out and get a 96 tops Kobe PSA 10 for less than that.
All day.
Yeah, you could almost get 2 of them for that price.
Yeah, it's nuts.
But like baseball wise, like moving forward, are you still picking up, quite a bit? Or are you kind of playing it safe?
So I'm gonna have another mail day video coming out probably next week sometime. Well, it'll definitely be next week. And then after that, you'll probably see a lot of my videos start to be focused on football because I do think, well, if baseball doesn't finish their season and we don't make it to the World Series, the COVID series, and I highly doubt if the MLB can't make it to the finish line, there's no way that the NFL is going to make it to the finish line. But with that being said, with the hype, with the excitement of week 1 kickoff, people are going to be pumped.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start to focus on football. And I said a couple weeks ago, everybody's still buying basketball in preparation for this playoffs. And
August 17th to get here.
What's that?
August 17th to get here when playoffs start.
Yeah. So, but my thing is I got my guys and I'm already starting to sell. Yeah. Like I said, I'm starting to sell the low guys, like the Kyle Kuzmas of the world, and the low end guys. I'm already making a profit. I'm not greedy. Like doubling my money is a-okay. If I could double my money off of literally every venture I do,
yeah,
you'd be rich.
You'll never find the peak. You'll never will. So yeah, definitely get your profits when you can.
Yeah.
But like moving forward with baseball, like I have a mail day but it's all PSA 9s. I haven't got any PSA 10s because I don't want to pay that premium.
Yep.
If something does happen.
That's funny you said that because I'll have some PSA 9s, and I'm usually like the guy that says, "Yo, I want 10s only, no 9s." But man, it's getting rough out here.
This is honestly the first time I think I have 5 or 6 PSA 9s, and that's all my collection right now.
Yep. I've got 4 now, I think. So I'm right there with you. What's up, Brian? How's it going? Thanks for hanging out. So yeah, I've kind of chilled out on baseball. Although, with that being said, I'm never gonna not try and get a deal if I see something. Because I'd still do like every night. I go, I check eBay, I watch cards and stuff, auctions. And if I see something that I think's underpriced, gotta go for it. Yeah. ComC also, guys, don't sleep on ComC.
I have yet to use ComC. I haven't quite dug into that yet.
I like it. I use it mostly as a gauge to see if prices are going up or down. Because what you'll see on eBay is kind of hive mind mentality, where if I sell this card, right, for $10, the guy who posts it next is going to probably try and sell it for $15.
Yeah.
If you go on ComC though, and they're selling for like 20, okay, well, what's up with that? So I kind of use it as like a price guide almost.
Yeah.
Or if it's dramatic, or vice versa. If I sold it for, or somebody posted it for 20 and you see it for 10 on ComC, it's like, well, there's got to be a market equilibrium at some point.
Yeah.
Sorry, we've been kind of chatting, not getting these questions. There's a fair amount of support for current buy and now price sold, so it would be easy to sell when he comes. Are you talking about Zion?
I wonder what did Zion do tonight?
Not sure.
Yeah, Zion had 7 points and 5 rebounds. Not too hot.
Yeah. So, I like Zion. I wish him well. I'm not a big like hater guy. Except for like Steph Curry. I can't stand him.
What? You don't like Steph?
I'm a LeBron guy.
Oh, that's true.
That was like a strange thing when who is the dude who blew on LeBron?
Stevenson.
Lance Stevenson. Yeah. There's a guy who always comes in. I forget his name. Who comes in the comments on literally everyone. You'll go like Matt. You'll go to Boris's channel. Hey, you guys picking up Lance Stevenson?
I feel like I seen that. I was watching one of the lives and somebody asked about Lance Stevenson.
It was probably that guy because like who's picking up that may be like his dude, but so yeah, that was weird though. I was getting distracted, but seeing Lance Stevenson on the Lakers with and they're working together.
It's like yeah.
He got interviewed. He was like, "Yeah, it was definitely weird, but we just got to try and win." Because I
always liked Lance.
Yeah, it's just like he's obviously not anywhere near the level. So the fact that he makes a like a rivalry with LeBron. Like that's I respect that.
Hey, go after the top dog.
Yep, exactly.
Show him who's boss.
I forget. There's a YouTube channel that does like beef history, and they did one on them, and it was basically just like they were just clowning the entire time. Only 14 minutes for Zion. Yeah, Brian, they're like limiting him. They basically
the medical staff stepped in and said 15 minutes max.
Yep. Kind of doing what the Bulls used to do with MJ back in the day whenever he broke his foot.
And from what I've read, they're only allowing him to play the beginning of the quarters, like get his minutes at the beginning and not at the end of the game, which was
that's why.
Yeah, because they could almost won the other day, but they didn't put Zion in because he was out of minutes.
That's so bizarre.
Yeah, especially if they're trying to chase that playoff spot.
Well, I mean, it's rigged, so they're going to get it.
It is for sure rigged.
It's funny that people say that, though, because if you look at their old schedule pre all this stuff happening,
yeah,
and the schedules that they made up for everybody, yeah, I do think it's kind of weird that they picked this amount of teams.
Just enough to get them in there.
Yeah, but the schedules that they created were based off of what the end of the season would have been. So I'm not like a conspiracy theorist or anything. So I'm just like, it's the schedules they were going to have, guys. Like, but at the same time, I do think it's obviously very good if he can make it into the playoffs for the NBA. So Kuz has 5 in 2 minutes. Nice. Nice. Let's see if he can continue that. He's very streaky, and then he'll just drop off the edge of the world for a minute.
Yeah, I feel like every time I've watched him play, he just stands out there at the 3-point line, just waiting for the ball, not really doing too much.
Yeah, I mean, I like him, and I think if you were to ask like Lakers fans, right? Like,
yeah,
people that lived in LA or like lifelong, maybe they grew up a Kobe fan and then they're just like Lakers fans now, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you ask Lakers fans, not LeBron fans, but Lakers fans, who their favorite player is on that team, I bet a lot would say Kyle Kuzma because he's been there the longest.
Yeah, that's true.
And he was drafted, but like, I mean, there's a lot of things to like about him. He just made a contested fadeaway. Oh, we are getting moment to moment updates thanks to chat. You guys are the best.
That's it. Did you see that Victor Oladipo is going to play in these like seeding games, but once the playoffs start, he's sitting out?
What?
Yeah, I don't know how you're just allowed to do that.
I mean, at any point, I guess you can go home, but you can. That's the thing, right? You can literally take your ball and go home, but whatever. I don't know. You said Luis Robert having a big game?
He's 3 for 4 right now. What did he do? Oh, he had a home run. No, he didn't. My bad. Yeah, he did. Home run and a double.
Didn't he? Let's see. Where's he hitting? Is he not in the lineup anymore? Oh, he's leading off. Jesus. Two RBI, 3 hits, 2 runs. Eloy hit one and Robert hit one. Yep.
Man, I told you the other day, he's legit from what we've seen so far.
Absolutely. Like you guys all know me. I'm very like stats driven. I'm very I like my fan graphs. That's my favorite website, I think, in terms of just in terms of like just pastime. Like I could stay on that website all night. But yeah, they projected him to have quite the career. And this season they projected him to hit 280, 30 home runs and 80 ribbies. That was before we knew it was going to be a 60-game season, obviously. If he did that, holy smokes. He'd hit a home run every other game.
Yeah. He Neil asked if he was 1 triple away from a cycle, and yeah, he just needs a triple.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, is he's got pretty good speed.
And it's only the bottom of the fifth.
I mean, they're playing
Royals.
They're playing a Mike Matheny managed team. All right. They're going to mismanage that bullpen, and it's going to be easy pickings for the White Sox tonight.
After all that stuff came out about him and how much of like turmoil he caused, I did not expect him to get another job right away.
He's a nice guy. Like that's like the thing, right? Is he's a nice guy. Yeah. But bro, you throw your players under the bus quite often. You can't manage a bullpen like at all. I guess this new rule where you got to hit the 3 batter minimum might actually help him because he can't
so he won't screw it up.
Yeah, you can't like that's the thing. Like that's a big critique on Joe Madden too, right? Is like he would try and be too smart about it.
Yeah, he tried to overthink everything.
Yeah,
but even then, the first game of the year, he had 8 bullpen pitchers go out there. It's like, what? What are you doing?
Oh, I remember like that was like I remember seeing that in a tweet. He's like, oh, well, you're already up to your old tricks there, Joe. I mean, Joe Madden was a fun manager though. I feel like what did he brought a petting zoo in or something?
What didn't he bring into spring training? He brought everything. I mean, we're talking about a whole circus, clowns, everything. Yeah, he just, I don't know.
I was jealous, right? Because we had, and don't get me wrong,
it was boring.
Good guy, great catcher, but holy smokes, that guy could not manage to save his life. And then on the other side, biggest rival, the Cubs, had Joe Madden. Looked like everybody loved him. All the players absolutely loved him. And I think it was like an organizational thing, right? Is why guy got the boot. They wanted to go in a different direction. They're kind of, are they going to blow that thing up?
Honestly, the way they started out, I don't think they're going to. But if things slow down a little bit, I could definitely see it happening.
I just couldn't imagine. Especially because
when you name off some
of the GMs, they're just not going to lose. Like
no, he's the GOAT of GMs.
Never gonna see that guy just not be on a winning franchise. I think.
Yeah, because honestly, at the end of this year, his contract is up. Theo's is.
Yeah.
So I'm anxious to see what they do with that. Bryant's is up. Schwarber.
Yeah.
Baez, Contreras, everybody.
There's 0% chance to keep everybody, right?
Yeah, 0% chance. I think Baez is going to be the guy that they keep. And
it makes sense, right? He's pretty young, I believe.
Yeah.
Definitely younger than Schwarber. I think he's younger than.
I don't know how old he is.
Well, we have
Google.
Javier Baez. All right, I'll bring it up. He is 20. Oh, wow. He's 27. He's a little bit older than I thought.
Yeah, he's signed through, Harbor. No, I guess he's a free agent at 22.
Yeah, Chris Bryant is a little bit older. He's 28. And I assume Kyle Schwarber is a little bit older than both of them. I could be wrong. He's 27. Okay, well.
So they're all kind of right there in that general vicinity.
But yeah, I agree. I think that's the correct thing too. If you had to pick one, I think Baez, just because of Chris Bryant's injury history, and though Kyle Schwarber is a good player, don't get me wrong. In terms of selling tickets, who's going to sell you more tickets? You got to think about that. They're going to think about that.
Exactly.
Javi Baez, poster boy for MLB The Show this year.
Yeah.
Was on the cover of that. His cards also, we haven't talked about a sports card in a while. Sorry. His cards have gone crazy recently.
His cards are shooting up. I've actually been selling some off.
I bet, man.
Because I picked up quite a bit before the year started.
I wish I would have. You and I were talking about that. I think one of the first conversations we had, I was like, man, should I haven't snapped it off yet. And it's kind of getting to the point of no return for me.
Yeah, They went from $50 and the last one sold for $150. His Topps Chrome.
Decent.
Yeah. Not too shabby for a little bit of 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah. Yep. And B has 31. Jesus. Jeez.
He's definitely a game changer for sure. If he goes out there and he performs like everybody thinks he can, I could see those Sixers going far.
Oh, yeah. Apparently, old Ben Simmons over there is working on his 3. I saw he was working in the bubble. He's like draining them too. And apparently, so I was watching the Pat McAfee show last night, and they had on, I forget who it was. I'm terrible with names. Anyways, one of the players for the Orlando Magic, and he said it's basically like playing in a high school. And he said to Pat and to the fans watching, expect a lot of threes hit and a higher shooting percentage because you don't have the distraction of the fans. You know, you don't have those nerves so much.
Yeah,
so
I could definitely see that.
He said basically it's like an AAU tournament. I feel the Topps Series 1 and 2 cards will go down in price when the complete set comes out for $60. I think there's like a stigma, right, against the complete set cards just because they have that complete set.
Yeah. Same exact card, just a tiny bit different.
Yep, they put the rookie card in the different spot, put the Topps logo somewhere else just to make it a tad bit different.
And that can definitely get a lot of new investors. They see, oh, hey, why is this card $50 cheaper than the other one? And they buy it, but it's actually a different card.
Oh yeah, yep. And it's like, oh well, the rookie card was here, not the
rookie logo.
Rookie stamp was in the wrong spot. Yeah, no, for sure. Though with that being said, I could see it. It's hard to tell what's going to happen. Obviously, if they shut down baseball, which Manfred, hey, it's not happening. We're playing all 60 games
for sure.
Damned. We're pressing forward, but
you just have to have 8 people. That's all you need.
Oh wait, no, just got a tweet. He said we're shutting down. No, no, I'm playing, but that's how wishy-washy this guy is. That is like the last thing you want in a commissioner, in a leader.
Someone that's very indecisive.
Is somebody that's indecisive, and somebody like, if you're indecisive, that's fine to be indecisive internally, but don't go out and matter of fact, we're gonna do this, and then literally less than 48 hours say matter of factly we're not gonna do that.
Yeah, this thing is manageable.
Yeah. I mean, he's a jabroni. I've been saying it all episode, but White Sox will be getting a championship in the future if their young guys do well. Yeah, I agree, David. I agree. Also, welcome. Thanks for hanging out.
I think that all comes back to their pitching staff. Tons of potential, but what's going to happen with them?
Yeah. Yep. Obviously, Kopech, I think he shut it down, if I'm not mistaken. Lucas Giolito got roughed up the other night. I think Giolito will be fine.
Dylan
Cease also. I've been looking at his cards. It's such a weird time because, you know, historically, pitchers, you don't go after pitchers just because they're very volatile in terms of their they could get injured in a moment's notice. The counting numbers aren't there, so if you look at the back of their cards, they're not going to have crazy, 20 win seasons. But right now, Shane Bieber's cards are going nuts,
skyrocketing.
A lot of young
starts
from 2 starts, exactly 2 starts in a season that he is the clear Cy Young thus far, but also in a season that might end tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see if any more tests come out positive tomorrow morning, because I think that would change the entire narrative of what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, so they said originally it was 2 Cardinals players. Now it's 4 and other staffers. So who knows? Man,
that just has to be a mess. Canceling games, changing your flights, your travel schedule. you're wasting people's time traveling to all these different cities, and then hey, the game's canceled. Actually, we're gonna go somewhere else tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And it's just frustrating as fans too. Cause like I was amped. I was like prepared to do a like just a watch party tonight, right?
Yeah,
Where obviously I can't show it on screen because they would obviously just
boot you.
yeah, they would nuke my channel. But yeah, and then all of a sudden, we're not playing baseball anymore.
Yeah.
But speaking of that, fullcountmedia.com, Dakota just wrote an awesome article, very in depth, to go along with his newest video over on his YouTube channel. You guys should go check that out on fullcountmedia.com. I'll drop it in the comment or in the comments section for you, so you guys can go check that out. Pop open a tab and read that while you're listening to this.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate you doing it, and hopefully it gets you some clicks on your videos and some subscribers and all that good stuff.
Yeah, it was fun to do. I stayed up late last night writing that, making sure I got it done.
I know you messaged me at like 2, like, hey, I got it done, and I was like right here, editing and doing some
working on your craft,
some eBay stuff. Holly, what do we think about Kyle Lewis? I like him. I think he's a real deal. I keep expecting him to fall off. We were just talking about it. So, but he just won't stop. He won't stop hitting.
Just keeps hitting.
Yeah, it's nuts. Yeah, he's a big high strikeout guy, but also he gets on base. I like him, and the fact that his cards are extremely cheap. Extremely cheap, very low barrier to entry. I don't think you can go wrong spending, 50 cents on a card.
No.
If you go into Facebook groups or Instagram sellers, somebody, I got a DM today or I think it was a comment. Either way, somebody asked, what's your best way of going about and getting bulk cards? Like just, hey, I want to buy 20 Kyle Lewises. I told him Instagram, ComC, because sometimes those low end cards, they'll be like literally like pennies.
Yeah. I think Facebook groups.
That's
where I do most of my buying at.
Yeah. Facebook groups is a hidden gem. Granted, be careful.
Yeah.
Never, and this is just for anyone, never do goods and services for somebody you don't know. That's like a big no-no.
Yeah.
So as soon as that, somebody like, hey, I got this, trout, raw trout, goods and service only. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Most of the time, if it's a deal that's too good to be true, you're most likely going to get scammed. Let's be real serious here.
Yeah. Yeah. And be careful because they actually changed their terms of service where you're not protected on things that you buy to resell, which sports cards do fall in that.
That's insane.
So, I mean, I don't know if there's a way maybe you could prove that you're not reselling it or something. I don't know how you'd go about doing that, but who knows?
Even then, like when I did goods and services on a deal I did, say I bought 5 cards from a guy. He only shipped 3 of them. So obviously I did a chargeback like, hey, I didn't get all my cards.
Yeah.
And all he had to do was provide a tracking number, and then they sided with him. Just I don't know how that works.
Yeah, it's rough. I know there are a lot of downsides with eBay, but generally speaking, it is the safest way, in my opinion.
That was off of a Facebook group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
ComC's good too. I do like ComC. Been looking at Beckett Marketplace as well. Haven't really done anything there.
I haven't checked that out yet.
They don't have a lot of graded stuff, but the raw stuff's like pretty good price. Yeah, 42 pros. I agree. Sorry, we're talking again.
Sorry.
Ks and walks. Yeah, he definitely needs to up that walk rate and drop that strikeout percentage there. Anyone notice LeBron Prism blowing up? Yeah. Well, no, but I assume at a certain point, every single LeBron card will just be $20 no matter what. Like, as long as
it's to that point in the market.
Yeah, as long as the market continues the way it's been going. Yeah, sports and hype, I agree. Beckett Marketplace looks to be pretty good. I just Flipping Steve, if you guys know him, he's been talking to me about Beckett a lot. He's like, dude, you gotta check Beckett out. You can get things for pennies on the dollar compared to eBay. But it's all mostly raw. You won't find too many PSA 10s on there.
I've never been on that website to check things out. I may have to do that after this.
It's good, and obviously, like, Beckett's reputable. Like, that's the GOAT. I think Eloy just hit a double with 2 outs.
Play-by-play going on.
Let's go. Yo, that's so funny. My viewers are starting to use that term.
Ham sandwich.
Ham sandwich. Somebody, I forget who it was. Again, apologize. Somebody was like, "Yo, if you make a ham sandwich shirt, I'll buy it." So, if you know,
you got to do it now.
If you know a graphic designer, hit me up and have them hit me up, and we can work something out. Because I think that'd be cool. Get some merch. Am I going to the show on the 8th? No. You talking about the collector store show? I'm assuming that's what you're talking about. I am not, though. Comeback card investor, yeah. College swing analysis, he's looking solid. Some reason swing and miss data is concerning. Yeah, I agree. He's still, he's a rookie, so his swing can change. He can get better. Absolutely.
You need to change your avatar. You need to have a ham sandwich in your hand instead of cards. 2 of them.
There we go. I love ham sandwiches too, so it's perfect. Yeah, TaylorMade. I am not going to that card show.
Yeah, there was one today I was hoping to go to, but I didn't end up making it down there. I haven't been to one in a couple of years.
Yeah, it's been definitely before COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little ham sandwich emoji. That's awesome. But yeah, guys, it's about it's been way longer than I thought it was. An hour and 22 minutes, hour 23 minutes. Dakota, where can people find you on the internet? Where's all your handles? And
on YouTube, it is Cards Over Stoxx. Instagram, Cards Over Stoxx. Twitter, Cards Over Stoxx.
Go follow this man on Twitter. He's just getting Twitter built up. He's just, I know Twitter can be a little difficult just because from what I've seen, a lot of people in the hobby are on Instagram more so than Twitter.
Yeah.
If you guys have a Twitter, go follow him. Go follow him on Instagram. Subscribe to his YouTube channel. He's making weekly videos. He just did an awesome article to go alongside his his most recent YouTube video talking about basically is the sky falling for baseball cards. But yeah, I'm really excited. Hopefully Manfred doesn't flip-flop like a fish and take it back tomorrow or some craziness. I'm really
need baseball.
What's that?
We need baseball.
We need baseball, exactly. And I'm sorry if my St. Louis Cardinals are the reason that the season gets shut down because they wanted to go waste some money at the Casino Queen. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, can't you gamble on your phones nowadays?
Well, it's not the same.
But it's safer.
I think it was Joel said, those millionaires want to spend that money.
Exactly.
But yeah, everybody, thank you so much for listening. If you're listening on the podcast, I appreciate you. Make sure to give it a 5-star review on all of the podcast apps, on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. If you're watching this live, definitely, I appreciate you so much. Let's say we got 14 right now. Make sure to smash that like button. If you're watching this after the fact on YouTube, and you've made it this far. I mean, it's been an hour and 20 minutes. You might as well hit that subscribe button. You were here for something compelled you to watch it this far. So I appreciate you all. Head on over to fullcountmedia.com. The feature article is Dakota's, and it's talking all about whether or not you should buy or sell in this crazy time in baseball with the Rona. The name of the article is Baseball Card Market. Should we panic? Check it out. Also, Discord. You're in the Discord. A lot of folks in the chat are in the Discord. Make sure to hit up that Discord. I'm going to actually drop a link right now in chat. I got to make it to where it never expires. This always takes a couple seconds. Generate, copy, bang. It was that fast. Join the Discord. If you guys aren't very familiar with Discord, there's a small learning curve, but you'll get into it. It's much easier than any Facebook group because it has different channels. So if you only care about baseball, you can literally just hang out in the baseball channel. If you only care about basketball, football, whatever, you can only hang out in those channels. You don't even have to see any of the other comments. You can mute all the channels that you don't want to hear. So it's really a great way. We've got almost 200 people in there. I've had it for about 3 weeks. It's awesome. It's probably the coolest thing I've ever made. And everybody in there,
everybody likes it.
That Discord right now. I want you, buy a beer and just tip of the glass.
Tip of the cap.
Awesome. There's been no issues. I was really nervous. I don't know if you've ever done anything like that, but holy smokes, I was nervous to have a bunch of different people, but never know. People gonna, you never know. But everybody's been super awesome in there.
Yeah, it's been good. I've definitely enjoyed it.
Haven't had to ban anyone yet, so that's
all positives. Nothing bad to say about it.
Yeah, it's been all awesome stuff so far. So thank you all for listening and watching. And if you guys really enjoy the content and want to help support it, there is an affiliate link, an eBay affiliate link. Check that out. All you got to do is click on it. It's free to you. You're already buying cards on eBay anyways. I get a small kickback. Super duper easy and fun. Yeah, Brian, like Brian says here, it's really fun and friendly. And that Discord group, really, I'm not BSing. I'm very surprised how friendly, like you said. It's been very positive.
Yeah, everybody's definitely there to help.
Yeah, we're talking about not just sports cards either. We talk about sports, whatever. I think I'm going to add I added a video game. So if you guys play the show or Madden or whatever, or 2K, you guys can set up in there. And if you're a content creator, you can post your newest videos in there. There is a promote yourself channel. So
sweet.
The link doesn't work. All right. Well, after this ends, I will post it in the comments section of the actual video. But yeah, everybody, thank you so much. Thanks for rocking with us. I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. I might have a day off tomorrow and devote that to working on the website and writing another article.
Yeah, I'll probably try to knock one out tomorrow.
Yeah. So check out Full Count Media. You guys are awesome. I know I'm repeating myself. But yeah, everybody, thanks for rocking with me. Until tomorrow, keep cracking packs, keep collecting. See you in the next one.